How many now? When you walk now, normally you can walk into a convenience store, go get some snacks, and drink, off around $5. Remember when you could just pay with cash? Well, you still do that today, but instead we tend to take out a credit card just to pay with for little small things. You might go make a grocery run, $20, pay $20 just to buy a little bit of groceries. And instead of just taking out a $20 bill, we come out and take out a credit card just to pay for our purchases. Well, having a balance between using cash and credit cards is good because using cash protects from fraud, and it can also, in the long run, keep you out of debt. Now the American dollar has been replaced by the credit card. Robert J. Samuelson said that in his article, The Fancy Greenbacks, that since 1996, the use of checks and cash were at 80%. That percentage fell 60% just this past year to 20%. Also in that same article, he says that food sales cover 65%. Food sales are covered by 65% used by credit cards. 8% overall, all purchases are made with credit cards. From that same article, Frost and Sullivan Incorporated said that in a 6-year time span, from 1999 to 2005, the number of card swiping terminals nearly tripled, 6.8 million. Now, this all leads up the use of credit because of the near terminals that have been raised. The higher threat of fraud has now become prominent in our society today. The 5 most common types of fraud, as stated by the Federal Trade Commission, are looking through trash, spam, skimming, which I'll get into a little bit later, diverting billing statements, and just plain stealing from a person's pocketbook or a man's wallet. Skimming is mostly done from the inside. It's a tricky process that is like a thief will come use a skimming device to contain the car's information off just the magnet strip. Off the magnet strip. This is normally done in restaurants or convenience stores or at your local ATM. For example, you might walk into an Olive Garden and the waiter or waitress might come and take your order, take your receipt, your credit cards because you pay with credit card, and they swipe it through, and they have all your information just by using your magnet strip. You go into a convenience store and you go to the cashier and you use your credit card just to pay for that drink and that snack for around $5, and they swipe your card, and they have all your information just like that. This leads up, and the next point is this leads up to credit cards can easily put a person in debt if they're not used wisely. Some reasons for that are not keeping up to date with checkbooks, not keeping up with credit card bills, which can lead to more interest problems in the later future. An example of this is Mohammed Anish. He wrote an article, Hooked on Plastic, and he said in this article that after receiving a credit card in college and numerous nights of spending, I found myself unable to pay bills and eat at the same time. As college students, we know when we get money, we tend to get a little antsy. We want to spend it right away because we got that little bit of power. We got that money, like $500 off a credit card or your debit card. We just want to spend it. And what that leads to in the long run is just nights of just depression. And when you have a family, it can lead to just stress because that debt can turn into household debt. Paul Lynn says in this article, Drowning in Debt, that since 2005, household debt rose 96%. Just this past year, credit card debt per household was $14,750. Now, I brought a lot of information here in a short time, but what I'm trying to say is that the use of credit cards and cash should be at a balance instead of just heavily depending on credit cards, so that you can easily avoid fraud, and you can avoid fraud, and that in the long run you will not be in debt.